Today we are just discussing few things, points about triangulation marking. It's basically for the downfield markers, people who are marking the downfield cutters. What There are two ways of marking. One is the yellow is offense, the disc is here. Suppose the green is marking this person, maintaining a distance on the four side. This person cuts, you go here, you go, just follow the person. It's almost like tag. And many times new people or some of the people keep on doing this, where they just follow the person. This person goes here, they go here, without seeing at what is happening in the game, what is happening with the disc. This over a time is going to weaken the defense from a team perspective, because the offense always knows what is happening. Offense always has the first initiative when to make cut. So you cannot play a defense like this on a continuous basis, everybody. So that is where triangulation marking comes in, where you are on the four side, but there is a triangle between the cutter, you, and the disc. Basically it is, you have to know where is your mark, where is the person whom you are marking, and where is the disc. So this is what, on a downfield cutter, as you are marking, you should know where is your person and where is the disc. At almost every second of the game, you should know where is the disc. If you are able to do 80% of the point of the duration of the point, it's a win. You will be in a better position to defend your cutter. Someone is marking the last person in the stack. It's sort of they form an imaginary triangle between disc, or the person with the disc, themselves and the person. This triangle's sides will keep on changing because it is a dynamic thing, but at most of the point, if you are knowing where is your person and where is the disc, you will be able to defend better your person. Obviously many times it will happen that you can only know where only one person, especially if you are nearer the stack. So in that case, what will happen is you will not able to look at the disc too much. You will be still able to know where is the person. In that case, what you have to try to take a snapshot whenever the disc moves, where the disc is moving, and try to rearrange your position. Why is it important is, every time the disc moves, you should be able to rearrange your position. You want to be where you want to be, in between the person and where the person wants to go. You want to be in the way. If you are taking away the in cuts, so suppose if the person who is in third in the stack, and if you are taking away the in cuts, and in the beginning, if you are in the front in the vertical stack, if you are here, this is a good position. But suppose if your person is going this side, now you cannot say I'm on the four side and stand here, because the person will come straight here and get the disc. So if the person is at a different angle, you have to change. As the person moves, you have to able to change. Now the person wants to come here and you are in between. Similarly, rather than this person moving, if the disc moves here, that happens most of the times, a dump happens and you are stuck here, then again you are in a good position, because this person is able to come here and get the disc. So in that case, the taking a snapshot helps, because if you know at stall 3, 4, 5 nothing is moving, you take a snapshot and the disc has moved this side. So you should be able to change your position and come here to prevent the in cuts. So this is something which requires a lot of practice, but triangulation is something which you should be able to always know where your person is, and most of the times, as much as possible, able to know where the disc is. And at the point of, if it's a long huck, it is always better if you see the release of the huck at the time when the huck is happening, then you will be able to better contest the deep throw. If you just rely on outside people, and if you are last person, you're marking the person in without seeing the disc, and you just rely on the outside call of up and you see the disc, you will not be able to contest the deep pass as commonly if you look at the disc. Also, if you are way away from the disc, it makes sense to not, even if you are marking a in cut, to stand facing the disc. So you can see the disc when the person is reeling. You can still make a run down deep because you don't have to change your hip position. You are watching the disc as this person is watching the disc. The closer you are to the disc, obviously you can't stand here because this person will immediately get the disc. So again, even if you are preventing an in cut, you can still turn around and watch the disc and also help with the defense. So these are 2-3 points. Other point which I wanted to tell about triangulation and just helping with the downfield defenses, what to do when, and this happens a lot of time, when what to do when your person goes on the break side. So one thing is, you have to trust your person who is having a disc mark that they will prevent the inside out cut, inside out IO throw. So as soon as the person takes 2 steps here, you don't have to rush or accelerate at the same speed towards this person, because then it becomes very easy for them to change the direction and get a 4-side easy pass. What I tend to do, or what many people do, is as soon as the person goes here, at that time he or she, that person is in dead space actually. You can at that time take a snapshot of what is happening and see if the thrower is releasing the disc or not even looking at the person, or he's taking a hammer, or he's going around pivot. If the person is doing IO, you will have a bid, because you know the throw is, when is the throw is happening. So as soon as your person takes 2 steps, just have a snapshot at the disc, and depending on what is happening, if he's trying to do this, you can then decide to either go this, or if you don't have, it's not your fault if this pass happens. As soon as it happens, you have to decide whether you will be able to intercept it or not. If not, go this side and prevent the next pass. If a person is throwing a hammer, then you will have, because it's a hammer, it's a loopy pass, you will have again no chance to bid. A third pass which can happen is a round throw. Again, it's a loopy pass, and you can decide to either intercept it or again swing and prevent the next throw. But what you should not do is, as soon as the person cuts to the break side, accelerate at the same speed. Maybe give them 1 step extra and take a snapshot at that time, because they are in a dead space right now. Because this happens many times, the person goes break side and comes back and gets the disc. So this is one thing which you can try to employ.